Maverick 100.9 Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss, and I finally get to catch up with Adrian Johnston again. How's my girl?
I'm good. Just, trying to survive every day.
Every single day. She got
Yeah,
mom life. She's got store boutique owner life. She got music life. It's everything. But
all of it.
hopefully going somewhat smoothly for you.
You know what? I think that we're hitting our stride. Like our child is getting a little bit easier. Things are starting to settle down. But, I'm sure something is around the corner.
It always is.
We know better.
I'm constantly ducking and weaving, man, especially when things are feeling real good. You're like, are things getting better, or is this a manic episode?
That's a great question. I'm going to start using that one.
I have an appointment with my psychiatrist next week. I'll let you know what he says.
Okay, perfect. Let me know if you need to phone a friend. I would like to join.
Like, we have a group question.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's too good. It's true. You know what? We all need a little help these days.
Isn't it though?
And if we could all just pool our efforts to get the answer we're all asking, that would really benefit us, I think, in the long run.
I have a coworker that's dating a psychiatrist, and I always throw my question. If I have a quick question, I'm be like, could you ask your boyfriend this for me?
Yeah. Can we keep this boyfriend around? This is really helping my financial situation.
Exactly.
With my quick questions.
Exactly. Love it. Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, I have to congratulate you on your triumphant return. Your single trying hit radio everywhere and just flew off the page. How cool was that to finally make your comeback that you had so been waiting for?
Oh, it was so good. And you know what? It was truly it was higher than I would have expected. It really, people welcomed us back with open arms. I was not forgotten, even though I felt like it a little bit for a while. And I feel like the country radio, we keep saying it is a family, but it really is. I mean, people have watched me from day one when I was, single and on the road by myself to finding my husband and getting married. And now they're meeting my kid. And it's like, they've just watched me grown up over the years. And so it's been really nice for everybody to be like, hey, yeah, we still know you and we're going to support you. So I couldn't be more thankful for that. And it really, truly was such a nice surprise.
I'm so glad to hear that, because you are incredible, and I'm happy to have you back. And clearly you are as well, because you have already got your follow-up ready to roll. You've now released a new single with Josh Abbott called What You Never Told Me. So
we did. We surprise dropped it too. We didn't even tell anybody.
Like,
this is what
that's
my life is
nutty.
right now. The prep work is nowhere near where it should be because we don't have time for it. Right. So we just said, you know what? Stop holding the music back. Let's just drop it at the award show and just be like, surprise, here you go, everyone. So yeah, it's out there.
That is amazing. Now, is this one that you came up with Josh singing on it in mind? Like, how did all of that interweave?
Yeah, so I actually, I had been in the studio a bunch when I was recording Trying and a bunch of other songs. And I just still felt like the project in general was missing something. Not that it was meant to be an album or an EP necessarily, or a well-rounded, musical moment, but what I was doing felt like I was missing something. And so Josh and I have known each other for years, and I just reached out and was like, hey, I need to write another song. I feel like it could be a duet. I don't really know. Josh is a phenomenal writer either way. And I asked if he would be interested in just doing a write with me. And then we have a mutual friend who was my producer for my first two EPs and has written a ton with Josh over the years. His name's Zach Malloy. And he's up in Nashville. And so he was like, let's pull Zach in. I was like, oh my gosh, of course. So we had a Zoom write. And I was like, by the way, I'm pregnant, like, surprise. And Josh's wife's like bringing him the baby monitor. Like, you're on baby duty. I don't care if you're riding with Adrian. Like, you need to watch the monitor.
He does that when he does interviews too. He's usually got luck with him.
Yes. Taylor's like, listen, I'm with these kids by myself when you're on the road. It's your turn.
Yep.
which I fully support.
100%. Yes.
Absolutely. So yeah, it just kind of like naturally came about. And then we just kind of, threw some ideas in the dark, and this one stuck, and it's all from our married perspectives of different relationships and things like that. And then I was like, well, Josh, now you have to sing it. Like, now we're here.
Right.
So.
Right. If the two of you are actually going to write it together, you should actually record it together.
Yes.
And I'm so glad that you did, because, there's nothing wrong with not writing your own songs.
Right.
Trust us, we are songwriter fans. If there are people that just want to songwrite and have people sing their songs, I'm cool with it, because those songs need to be heard. But to have two people work so hard on something and actually get to work on it from start to finish is just really special to me, at least. Yeah. As a fan of both of you, I think that that's super special.
Well, thank you. It is. It's very satisfying when you do get to see a song from the day one until full fruition. When we got the mixes back, finally, I mean, it took us a long time to really get this whole project. Nothing was moving fast in our lives at the time.
Right.
Once we got the mixes back, it was like, oh, it was so worth the wait. Like, when we started writing it, and then even when we started recording it, it was like, man, it's going to be good, but like, what's that little piece that's missing? And we got it back. I was like, yep, I don't know what it was, but that was it.
We found magic.
It was. It's a cool song. We also changed the title at the last minute. So that was a wingdinger for the production guys. They're like, wait, what song are we talking about? I'm very confused. My files say this. You guys are calling it that. And we did. We changed it at the last minute right before we released it.
Oh, no. Well, it may have been a nightmare to get here, but we are so glad to finally be debuting the brand new single from Adrian Johnston with Josh Abbott, What You Never Told Me, on Maverick 100.9. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9. You heard it here first. That was Adrian Johnston with Josh Abbott and What You Never Told Me. It's Corliss and Adrian, of course. And, you were just talking about how quickly, the recording of your new music took a very long time. And then it seems like you were just so fed up. You're like, okay, we're just dropping this song now. We're changing this. Like, how do you get to that point? Was the anticipation too much?
Yeah, it was. It was also, I think that you can perfect things to death, in my opinion.
Yes.
And you have to just say, we know we're good at what we do. And it doesn't matter how people receive it. You can still put it out in the world and not be received how you wanted to, but that doesn't mean you're bad at what you do.
Right.
And so I think I've learned that over the years, especially in the music industry. I might have a song do great and people have responded to trying like crazy, but then it might not get the radio support like I would have expected. And so that doesn't mean it's a bad song. That doesn't mean I'm a bad songwriter. And so it's like, don't hold on to something so hard that you can't move on to the next thing and be successful. And so I was just like, you know what, let's do it. I think becoming a mom has made me way more chill in that sense. I'm like, you know what, life's perfect. Let's just go. Like, come on.
I got other stuff to do. Like, I've got stores to open, babies to raise. Let's get this music out of here.
Let's push it out. Yeah.
And speaking of stores, since I last spoke to you, when we last talked, when Trying came out, you had just opened your brick and mortar Sheality store, but you have expanded.
Yeah.
So where are all the locations now?
So we have 2 locations. My first one is in Jefferson, which is far east Texas. And then our second one that we just opened this past March is in Madisonville. So it's in y'all's neck of the woods.
That's crazy.
Right downtown. I know, it's wild. It's something that I never thought I would really, I didn't think I would live in the retail world so heavily as I do now, which was truly a normal transition. I mean, you stage clothes and you're dressing yourself for all of these events and you're trying to create a cool vibe all the time at a show. It's very much the same idea at a store. And I'm now like picking clothes for all of my events, which is nice. And then giving them to everybody else too, which
Yeah.
is fun. But yeah, it's just kind of grown into a natural progression. And I couldn't be more thankful. And I love that it's also in a small town. And that's just kind of what, this whole idea was about, bringing the girls that want a fashion experience and they want to be able to go get a cute top for date night or for a concert, but they don't want to have to drive the hour to the big city where they normally shop. Let's just bring that to you guys out there. And so far, so good. People like it, I guess.
That's great. Well, I mean, I can relate to that. I've got to go to all these award shows and stuff, and it's not an easy thing to prepare for. And
No.
I don't buy anything unless I truly know that I'm going to feel beautiful and feel on top of the world in it. So
And it's expensive.
it
So
is.
finding something that you can have a wow moment without, you buy a $200, $300 dress and you wear it one time. Well, that wasn't a great use of your money. And
Mm-mm.
I always felt like at a show, I mean, the music industry, I mean, we weren't making a lot of money when we got started, and you have
Mm-hmm.
a new show outfit for everything. And it was like, man, I don't have the kind of cash flow for this
Nope.
situation. So trying to find that. And I think too, what's really been nice for me is to marry my two worlds back together, and make sure that, my girlfriends can have an outfit for the award show from Shiality. Brie Bagwell wore one of our dresses this last year and at the awards in March. And I was like, girl, I got you. Like, what if you want to wear something from here, just tell me. If you don't, you're also not going to hurt my feelings. But I know how hard it is to be on the road all the time, and you don't have time to always go find something. And so it's been really fun to now bring Shiality into the music world in that sense, with dressing the girls at the award shows or just for events in general. I'm like, sign me up for putting all of my people together in one place.
Yes. 100%. But yeah, I have been the victim of trying to order something online, and it ended up costing me 5 times as much in the long run. And that can be a really heartache of an experience. So I'm really glad that your stores are expanding, because I'm a shopper. I love
Yes.
to actually shop. Now, trust me, I keep my eye on the Shiality website a lot. But
cute.
like, if I can go in and try something on,
Yes.
I'm going to be very, very happy. But those of you out there, if you need to know, you can find it shiality.com, and of course at any of her locations now. And it looks like we're in May now. Oh my gosh.
I know. When did that happen?
What a whirlwind. We just had our good friend Sarah Hobbs on not too long ago, and y'all have put together the dream show with 4 of my favorite women in country music: Adrian Johnston, Sarah Hobbs, Jade Marie Patek, and Brie Bagwell on one stage. Remind me where the location of this is.
It'll be in Marshall, Texas, in East Texas at Memorial City Hall on May 11th, which is a Thursday night. But we are pumped. We haven't done a grit show in years.
Yeah.
Years.
Well, I have to request the same thing of you that I requested of her. And if I need to get a hold of Jade and Brie as well, I will keep pushing this like crazy, because selfishly, I'm going to be in Kansas that week, so I cannot make it to the show. Even had someone offer me a table, still can't make it yet. So I'm absolutely shattered about not being able to see this show. B, I think you just need to make a tour of it.
Oh my gosh.
Texas tour, my 4 girls. It's got to happen.
You know what? It's so funny. Okay, because that's how it started. Was we wanted to go on a tour with our girlfriends, because we didn't get to see each other very often at shows and festivals. And we did. And then we played like little venues or little honky tonks or, the little ones. And now I'm like, okay, Memorial City Hall is like 500 people capacity. It is a theater. It is beautiful. It's very similar to Waco has a hippodrome that we've played before.
Yeah.
A theater setting like that. And I'm like, all right, girls, we can go at this level now. Like, we're good. We've got a really good following. We've done this for 10 plus years now. Let's go. Like, let's do it.
Well, and it's the whole friendship that's in that show. You can tell when people are honest and when they're not, or when something is scripted and when it's not. And that's not going to be the case at this show. This is literally 4 girlfriends that have known each other some of which for decades.
Oh, yeah.
And like actually sharing real stories and real friendship and laughter. And I feel like music is best experienced that way. It's best experienced when it's honest and very raw,
Mhm.
not perfected down to a cue.
Absolutely. And this is the show that we always say is like our girlfriends. It's like girls' night on the back porch. We're drinking wine, we're playing guitar, we're singing harmonies on each other's songs, and we're telling the stories behind the songs or the stories of each other being on the road all these years. And so if you have ever gone to any of our shows full band, you will get a totally different experience that we really don't get to do very often. But we always laugh because all of us are really good girlfriends and, we've done a lot of these shows together, but the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize in the music industry and in our little world is my husband and Sarah grew up together, and that's how I met him, was because of her.
Oh my gosh, I did not know.
Yeah. So Sarah and I had gone to Steamboat together for Music Fest
Uh-huh.
many moons ago. And we had come back and I had wrecked my car and I needed extra money and was like, hey, girls, if anybody has an extra show or something I can jump on, I would love that. And so she called, she's like, hey, I'm stuck. I don't know where she was stuck. Probably, I don't know, at a show. And I can't get to this gig in East Texas. Do you want it? I was like, sure, I'd love to. I drive out there. Well, all of her brother, her best friends, all these people were coming to see Sarah at the show for my husband's birthday. And his mom slips me a note on stage asking if I could sing him happy birthday. They came to see Sarah and then they got me apparently forever.
And you got a husband.
And I got a husband. Forget the $100 gig. I got a husband out of it.
Oh my word. I did not know that story. You just
You
blew my mind. No, I had no idea.
That's hysterical.
God dang it, Sarah Hobbs.
I know, right? Matchmaker extraordinaire.
I guess so. Isn't that something? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So when we say we're girlfriends, like we mean it.
Yeah. No kidding at all. My goodness. That is
I
so
love
fun.
it. It's going to be so great.
Y'all, please check out that show. You can check any of the girls' websites. You can now get Adrian Johnston's new single with Josh Abbott, What You Never Told Me. You can visit her online web store, Sheality.com. It's just so funny because we have so many things to say about Adrian Johnston, but I want all of the things to be said because you're amazing and you deserve all the love in the world, girl. Thank you for coming to Maverick.
Thank you.